Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 31st of August 2021, and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, today our topic is talking about humans' curiosity, and is it a good thing? Right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, so today's topic is curiosity. And for this, I think it can be defined as any desire for new knowledge and new sensory experience. And in turn, it motivates our exploratory behavior. Yeah, so it basically means that we have more or less the desire for new knowledge and also for new sensory experience. For sensory here, it can be, I think, maybe sight, hearing, touching, yeah, and so on. Maybe the five senses. I think, uh, like we discussed before, vision, the sight, is one of the very powerful sensory. Yep, and then a few days ago, uh, I actually I actually came across uh, one video, and in that video, it talked about curiosity, and then um, yeah, that is the speaker is actually sharing something which comes from a book, and the book names I forgot, but it mainly talk about curiosity, and in that book, the author uh, um, believe that in one aspect, curiosity can be broken into two types, into two different types. And these two different types are, firstly, recreational curiosity, and the second type is knowledge curiosity. And for here, it is quite interesting because sometimes they are, I feel like they are uh, overlap each others. The recreational here means that something related to, uh, in Chinese we call them 娱乐, so it can be something like entertaining. It's about entertainment. For example, we have the desire uh, to play games. We have the desire to know maybe some news about some celebrities you like. We have the uh, desire to many things that can entertain us. Yep, and then for this type, it is recreational curiosity. And the other type is the knowledge curiosity that I mentioned just now. For this type, we also have the desire to know more thing, but the direction is different. For knowledge curiosity, mainly they're not focusing. They don't focus on uh, entertaining perspective. It focus on uh, knowledge. Yep, the desire to learn. It can be anything. For example, my own experience, which is cryptocurrency. For this term, many years ago, I came across it, and I believe it is before our conversation started. I came across this word, and I don't know the meaning of this word. And I tried to check dictionary for this word, and then after that, I knew that, oh, it is something like a currency, and then uh, they use kind of the password um, to combine the password technology, and then it is digital. It is one type of currency. Yeah, that's all. And then After that, uh, the curiosity level of mine is not strong enough to push me into knowing knowing uh, uh, more about the meaning of this word. Yeah, I just stop here, and then for here later I will explain more about this example. Yeah, and then um, yeah, and then the author thinks that of course knowledge type of curiosity in generally is better than recreational curiosity because it is not hard to imagine for knowledge curiosity if if it work for us in terms of motivates us to uh, to learn more thing in a happy way, and then uh, after some times we must gain some knowledge. But for recreational curiosity, it do give us some knowledge, but most of those knowledge um, is not the same as what we can get from knowledge curiosity. It basically about the news of maybe the celebrity or the knowledge in gaming, or movies, or those recreational thing. Yep. So maybe in the longer term, the knowledge type of curiosity uh, can enrich uh, our mind, and but for recreational curiosity, maybe they mostly create pleasure, and those pleasure not necessarily will turn into long-term happiness. Yep. And then yeah, but for these two type of curiosity, they both in short term they function as something like the dopamine in our mind. Uh, we have the desire to do that. If we do that, and then it actually activates dopamines uh, in our brain, and then we feel happy, we feel excited doing it. And then also for these two type of curiosity, actually the author mentioned that our memory, especially long-term memory, can actually complement curiosity. And for this, I think it worth more to it worth more mentioning about knowledge type of curiosity, because this is basically something that if we learn something and then these things uh, is kept in our memory, and then we have some knowledge about a particular thing, and after that, whenever we meet something, we have the curiosity, and then it links back to what we learned previously. So at that time, the curiosity is uh, is uh, that the curiosity plus the memory create a more motivation for us to continue wanted to know more, to exploit more. So for here, go back to the example of me, which is the cryptocurrency. At that time, because I didn't have the base knowledge about the about the economics. I have, but not that much, and also about the currency, and that's why even though I have the curiosity to know what it is, but because there is no enough knowledge supported. Yeah, this can be some base knowledge base, so that everything stopped after I checked the meaning of cryptocurrency. Yeah, so in short, the author thinks that curiosity plus knowledge, knowledge base, and which is related, it can be, it can bring us improvement. Yeah, because we take action, um, we are more likely to take action because of that. And then yeah, so for this um, the author also mentioned something like how to cultivate our curiosity. And yeah, there are many ways, but because that is video, and the 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 things in the book is being spoken by the other person, so it is not the first-hand knowledge already. So I only take one and talk about that today, which is to build our knowledge database. Yeah, it's just like something I mentioned just now, the long-term memory. So uh, uh, along the time, we learn many things, and then those things actually kind of become our knowledge base. And then if we have greater knowledge base, it means that next time whenever we met something, we have the curiosity, and then it linked back to what we learned before. So at that time, uh, we um, we are more likely to continue exploiting the thing that we encounter. And then also we have the uh, ability uh, to know at least what it is because of our prior knowledge. So yeah, so this is the way to build our knowledge database. And also I found this in our daily conversation. And I can imagine that firstly before or maybe in the beginning of our conversation, because we haven't talked about many topics. And then at that time, we found that everything is new. And after sometimes, maybe after a year, we found that many topics actually can refer back to something we discussed before. So I think this is some example of the knowledge base. Yeah, and then because we have the prior knowledge, and that leads us to be able to link to something we we encounter in the future. Yep, and then last before end, there is an example from the book which is quite interesting. Um, there is one guy which who name is Leif Leif Erikson. Yeah, I don't know whether I pronounce it correctly. Leif Erikson. And for this person, he is the first person to set foot on continent North America. Set foot means the first person to step on that continent. And then yeah, actually before this, there is one guy which is called Bjarni. And this guy actually saw the landmass before Ericsson. And then why Ericsson will set foot on North America is because uh, uh, this guy, Biani, told Ericsson, yeah, told him that uh, I saw there is a continent, and from quite far away, when I was on the ship, but I didn't set foot on that continent because at that moment I have other tasks, I have other things to do, which is to find his father, because his father is also a person that travel a lot. So he lost the connection with her dad, so he went to looking for his dad. And then so he didn't uh, set foot on that continent. And after that, Ericsson noticed, and he tried to find this place. And then at the end, he succeeded to set foot on North America. And after that, he found that, oh, this island is very good and has a lot of resources. For example, timber, which is the wood. and also the grapes. Yeah, the fruit of grapes. Yep. And then after that, I believe that he sent a lot of timber and grapes uh, through his cargo, the ship, the big ship, and then that must be making a lot of money. Yeah, in this story, it tells us that um, curiosity uh, um, will can come from time to time for every person, but at the same time, because basically we have our things to do, we have uh, our task. Maybe it's a daily task, maybe it's our work, maybe it's some other thing we have to do. So at that time, actually, we will face something like um, uh, a dilemma whether to pursue our curiosity or to do our own task. And for here, it reminds me of what we read before from the Atomic Habit, which is to spend kind of 80% or 90% of time, effort, money on our current task, and then maybe 10 or 20% on exploring new things. So uh, the author didn't say uh, I don't know because I haven't read the book, and the speaker say the author just leave a question here at the end of the book, something like would you want to pursue curiosity and then to experience the kind of the freshness of unknown, or to continue doing your thing, which is your goal or your task. He didn't speak highly of one of the other. There is no right or wrong here. Yeah. So yeah. So these are my sharings today.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. About the curiosity, first I think everyone know curiosity is not always good. Sometimes it could be bad. For example, when you use your curiosity on uh mm, try to know other people things. Yeah, and this kind of person will be called nosy, which is the in Chinese is called 爱管闲事.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and also sometimes we shouldn't put our curiosity on something. For example, like the military system, and also some private and confidential documents you couldn't read, you couldn't
Mm,
try to find out and read, even though it's from internet. You couldn't try to hack into the military system and then read the confidential document. Yeah, even though you have a strong even though you you highly curious about the thing, but you
mm,
can't do that. Yeah, and yeah, sometimes curiosities can kill you.
mm,
Mm. And for example, if you let's say you're working you're working you are walking on the street at night, and you saw there are two person talk very uh gently in in the dark street,
mm.
and it seems like they are doing something immoral and also illegal.
Oh,
And what you going to do? Are you stay there and listen what they talking? Yeah, but because it's a dark street, you couldn't
mm,
look that you couldn't know their face because
yeah.
it's too dark. You
Mm,
don't know who they are. They also don't
yeah.
know who you are. And and will you choose to stay there to listen what they said, and then after that you can report to police, or after that you can share it to your friends,
Mm.
so that prove that you have the gut, you are brave, something like that.
Yeah.
Or are you just are you just gently walk away, quietly walk away?
Mm.
If it was me, I prefer the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
So sometimes curiosity is not always a good thing. And before we try to utilize the curiosity and leverage the curiosity to improve our life, to increase our wealth, to maybe improve our health conditions. Before that, we have to know what thing we shouldn't do, what curiosity, or what type, what kind of curiosity we shouldn't have,
Mm.
and also in which condition, in which circumstances we shouldn't be too curious. Yeah, yeah. I don't know the answer, but I definitely know there are something we have to know which we shouldn't have the curious.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure that we have some unknown areas in at here. Now, even though just now I already gave some example, but it didn't spot all things. This is just one or two example, because
Mm.
there are many things, and this is our expectation.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So by knowing this, first we know curiosity is not always good. Yeah. So this is the first thing we have to know
Mm.
that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
of course, curiosity is good. Especially when it is relate to the learning. And in in many aspects, there is a very important skill. No matter it is in business, no matter in psychology, no matter it is in marketing, no matter it is in economics,
Mm.
sociology,
Yeah.
no matter it's in physics, no matter it's in biology, every aspect you can imagine. Why is a important skill, which is asking the right questions.
Mm.
What it means asking the right question. For example, the cryptocurrency. You can have some normal question. Yeah. This normal question doesn't mean that it's a bad question. It's just normal. What's the normal question? For example, what is cryptocurrency? What is the meaning of cryptocurrency?
Mm.
What does cryptocurrency mean? Yeah. So this kind of question could be the normal question, because it won't raise your curiosity. You just want to know what is it. Yeah.
Mm.
You know currency, but you don't know crypto, or you know crypto and you also know currency, but you don't know the when the words combine together.
Mm.
Yeah. And what's the better question? The better question is, why cryptocurrency so expensive? Why Bitcoin so expensive? Yeah, this is a question can raise your curiosity, and you will start to understand why Bitcoin so expensive, why so many people want to buy.
Mm.
On another question is, why some corporations are buying, or some have bought Bitcoin, for example Tesla, for example MicroStrategy. Yeah, why they have bought Bitcoin? Why they bought Bitcoin? Yeah, this is another question can lead you to find the answer, instead of just asking what is cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So you can see, if you're asking the what things, is board, and is lamb. But if you're asking the why thing, yeah, why the thing would be like that, why some people want to buy it, why cryptocurrency exists, yeah,
Mm.
why cryptocurrency still didn't feel, even though it had created 10 years, already 10 years, why government don't want to ban it? Yeah. Yeah, if you're asking the why questions, but of course, I have to say, not all the why question is a good question. Yeah. But if you're asking the why, it will most likely it will better than what. Yeah. So when you ask the right questions, and it will raise your curiosity. So you in your words is like you gain the motivations to continuously learning. To continuously learn the things. Yeah. So you won't just stop at the definitions.
Yeah.
So yeah, but but here but how do we know whether we are asking the right question, and how to cultivate it? Yeah. The first thing is you have to know that not every question you ask is right, and there's no such thing that you can be learned, and then there's no such thing that you can learn, and then after you learn that you can always ask the right question. There's no such thing. There's no something one fix all. Yeah, there's no something all nothing. This is perfectionism. And but what you can do is you can practice, you can cultivate these skills, and then the most easiest, the most intuitive, and the most also the most effective way, which is ask more questions. Ask more questions from other aspect, from other perspective. When you ask when you ask more questions, and then the probability of asking the right question increase. Yeah, it's just simple. I forget. This quote is said by whom, and the quote is, "I failed my way to success." Yeah. So the success is because you fail a lot of time. So in Chinese, this is also a proverb, which in Chinese also there's a old saying, which is, "The failure is the mother of success," something like that. Yeah. And so I feel my way to success. And another quote is, "If you want to increase your success rate, double your failure rate." Yeah. Yeah. So this is the most easiest, but this is the most effective method to cultivate the curiosity, which is asking the right question. And how to ask the right question? Ask more questions from other aspect. So it requires you to think from another perspective. And one another example. Okay. And okay, something that we have, something we also need to know, which is the right question doesn't mean it is the profound questions, and the right question doesn't mean it is very difficult questions. But the right question could be very easy, but very difficult to answer. And maybe it seems like a silly question, but actually it's not silly. And maybe it seems like a nonsense question, but it is not nonsense. Maybe it seems like it's an illogical question, but it's not. For example, if you walk into the Colgate company and you walk to the board of meeting, you walk to the director in the board meeting, and then you ask them when they are meeting, and then you ask them why people brush teeth. Yeah, this is a curiosity, and I'm not sure whether it's a good curiosity or bad curiosity. Yeah, in that scenario, but okay. But what is the thing? But the thing is, they'll see you weirdly. Yeah, they'll see you weirdly, and what they're going to answer? They're going to answer, yeah, people brush teeth because they want to take care of their teeth, because the teeth is important. Yeah, something like that. But it certainly is not the case. Yeah, because for example, using the because we know that like tea brushing, there's a technique. Yeah, only using the right technique, so people can really clean their tea.
Yeah.
And I can say more than 80% of people, they don't use the appropriate way. They don't use the correct way to brush their teeth. Yeah, including me. Yeah, including me. And also, how about the mouthwash? How about the flossing? Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
this is also important. You cannot just brush your teeth. You also
Mm.
need to wash the flossing. You also need to use a mouthwash
Yeah.
in order to clean your mouth. Yeah. But how many people use that? No, they just brush their teeth. Yeah. And also another thing is why almost all flavor of toothpaste is mint flavor. Then there must be something inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
If people just want to clean their teeth, why so many why almost all toothpaste is mint flavor? Yeah. The first thing is people don't want to buy non-mint toothpaste or the non-mint toothpaste. The demand for the non-mint toothpaste is too low. So maybe in the past the manufacturer and the seller try to sell it, try to produce it, but the sales volume is not that great. So
Yeah.
they abandon that product. So now you only see mint flavor toothpaste. Yeah. And why all this back happens to your site by that people can answer a very rational questions. People can answer the question rationally, which is why people brush teeth because they want to take care of their teeth. But it's definitely not the case. And why is the correct answer? Yeah, what's the answer? Why people brush teeth? The first is because they care their image. For example, when they go when they go to when they are on date, and when they have an appointment with maybe a business appointment or maybe interview, they want to give people a good impressions. Yeah, maybe in the morning the first thing you think is, yeah, I need to brush teeth. Or maybe before you walk out from your home, you think, yeah, and have I washed my teeth? Have I brushed my teeth? Yeah, because you don't want other people smell that. You want to give people a good impressions.
Yeah.
So this is about the social, yeah, socially. Yeah. So yeah, and this answer is better. Yeah, it's actually better than uh take care of the key. Yeah, and also another answer is we know from the atomic habit, which is the reward. Yeah, this one example is a soap. Yeah, if you use a soap that can produce a lot of bubble, and then people will more likely to use it, to continually use this. And if the toothpaste can give you the freshness, the feeling of freshness, which is the mint, and people will think, yeah, it really clean their teeth. It really like clean their teeth, and then it really like remove the bacteria in their mouth. Yeah, but actually it's just a mint flavor, and that mint flavor did nothing. Yeah, actually that did nothing. It just give you the feeling, but actually uh the chemical, and then also the substance that help you to clean your mouth, they help you remove the bacteria. It's not the mint flavor. It's other substance. Yeah, this mint flavor is just give you the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I want to say is, even though the question seems silly, but it's not a nonsense question. Sometimes sometimes it's not a nonsense question, and you have to give you the permission to ask the silly questions. Yeah, maybe the silly question is a very important. Is a very important. Is a very important question. Yeah, so that only if you ask the questions and then you can think deeply, just like the why people brush teeth.
Yeah.
And it can be extended to many areas, to many aspects. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So this is my sharing for today.
Yep, and then your last point remind me of also something I watched from the video, which is also actually one of the way to cultivate curiosity, which means the terms is to stay foolish. Yeah, for here is like to question the thing that is uh it seems like already is a common sense around you. Yeah, and then like just now your question, why people brush teeth. Yeah, it can be if we're asking this question, it can comes out with a different perspective, right? Maybe go into the insights. And the author also say if you have this kind of uh, mindset, which is to stay foolish, and then to ask many questions, and then from one thing you can actually uh, it can brings you to different perspective, different uh, subject even. For example, the same topic like brushing teeth, it can bring us to some health knowledge. It can bring us to maybe interpersonal skill, right? Because that is your image. It can also brings you to many other aspects. Let's say maybe the biology, because brushing teeth, you actually want to keep your mouth clean, and what is the things that make it unclean? Yeah, it can goes to many subjects, and maybe it can also go back to the history subject. Yeah, when did people start when did people start to brush our teeth? Yeah, it can be many aspects. Yeah, and then one more thing is that yeah, just now you say an example which two guys act like they are doing something secretly or at night and on the street which is dark. And at that for that case, I think I will also prefer the second answer, the second options, not to not to not to hear so much and just walk away, not to uh, I don't want this to I don't want myself to go into troubles. Yeah, and then from here, actually, the author also thinks there are two things which can kind of being the obstacles of curiosity. The first one is being scared. Yeah, so in that example is for my case, it is scared because I scared going into trouble. So I didn't follow the curiosity. The curiosity even disappear. Yeah, sometimes because the feeling of scare is greater than curiosity. Maybe I saw two guys uh, acting secretly. Uh, maybe I at that time maybe I don't even have the curiosity come out in my mind because I was too scared maybe. Yeah, and the second things which is the obstacle of curiosity is arrogant. Yeah, if one guy thinks he knows a lot of things, and he believed too much in himself, and he maybe he didn't even want to read book. Yeah, maybe he think he was so successful, he must know a lot of things, and those things in the book maybe cannot help him. He know already. Yeah, this kind of arrogance can also be the hindrance to curiosity. Yeah, and then one thing to mention, which is my own thinking, I think for this topic is curiosity a good thing. Yeah, firstly, I think first we need to have the awareness that uh, curiosity is something it can be something good and also can be something bad. And because of that, we need to have um, the awareness to become someone to deal with our curiosity, what to do, what not to do, or maybe to think twice before doing something, to think the consequence and also the outcome. Yeah, we need to have the ability to cope with our curiosity, not let the curiosity uh, act on behalf of us. Yeah.
Mm.
So these are my sharing today.
Yeah. So the last sentence you mentioned uh, can be called in this, which is don't become the slave of your curiosity, make it
Mm.
work for you.
Yeah.
And also one other thing is just now you mentioned about uh, the yeah, certainly forget what I want to say. Mm.
Oh,
Uh, do
is it
you do
about
you do you remember your last second point?
last second point? Is it arrogant, being
Yeah,
arrogant
yeah,
and
yeah, 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 that one. And in my knowledge, those in those intelligent person, when they learn more and they'll find that they actually know little. Mm. Uh, not not they know lesser, but they know little. Yeah, as they learn more, as they learn more and more, and then they know, and then they realize that they actually know little about the world, about something. Yeah.
mm,
So if a person is arrogant, so that means they must not be an intelligent person
mm,
because they haven't realized that. Mm.
yeah.
Okay, so anything else?
No. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversations. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake we made, please also comment to let us know because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.